Just turned on the software, you're going to hit this new patient button. Then you're going to enter first and last names. Doesn't matter what the names are, but after your name, then you're going to put 2022. That'll tell us that it's for your class. And you're going to save the patient. Now that we're in the patient's kind of file, you're going to click New Case. Over here, you're going to scroll over to University of Utah Lab.
Oh, I found them. They're all right here.
Now that we've gone into this particular case, we're going to hit single unit. We're going to make a crown on tooth number 19. We're going to tell it what material we want, which is monolithic zirconia. And we're going to choose a shade. You can choose whatever shade you'd like. Once you click Save, it'll take you to this case, and this little red box means you need to put something in over here. So we're just going to enter a delivery date. It doesn't matter when it is, it just needs to be in the future. Once that's done, this box becomes available, which takes you next, or you can click on the scan button that will take you to the next, and now it's ready to scan. The scanner, this is the storage tip. Make sure it doesn't have the storage tip on it. This is the scan tip. You want to make sure that mirror is clean. This button right here turns the scanner on. Once it starts to scan, you just follow the tooth along. The scanner can touch the model. It doesn't matter if it touches it. If it's too far away, it'll stop scanning. You can see that black area on the screen. It means it's too far away. And nothing's in focus, so it won't scan. So keep that scanner on there. You want to go across one surface, come back, and then come back a third time, and you should have captured the majority of the area. Now you want to look on these interproximal areas and make sure you've captured everything. See, we don't have that. These areas over here. That's good. Now we'll turn off the camera, let the computer think for a second. I'm going to put the scanner back down. We're going to evaluate our scan. We're going to look at two things. Let me show you the controls here. Scrolling up and down zooms in and out. Clicking on the wheel will actually move it around on the screen, and then the right click will rotate it. So what we're looking at is your margin. We're looking at the interproximal areas, and that we've captured all of our data that we need to capture. You can see if we zoom way and there's a little extra data there, but that's not really on our margin, so we're not super concerned about it. If we were super concerned about an area and we needed to delete something, you go to Trim. You choose the size you want to trim. We're going to choose 1 millimeter here, and then you just delete something. Let's say we didn't like that area, or we didn't like our margin. So you just delete it. Then you click Done. Grab your scanner, and it'll just start scanning right back where you left off there. You want to add as much data in there as you can. Roll it around, capture everything there. Now, we got a nice, tight, clean margin. Everything looks good. The computer is telling us it wants us to identify tooth number 19. We just click on it, and then everything looks good. Margin's nice and tight. Click Next. It will take us to the upper scan. It's ready to go. You're going to take it to the upper arch. You're going to scan the lingual. You're going to scan the occlusal. And you're going to scan the buccal. Not necessarily as fast as I just did. But once all the data is there, we captured that data. Everything looks good. See those blue areas? Those blue areas are areas that didn't get captured in the scan, but the computer's trying to fill in for you. It's fine to leave them on the opposing arch, but not on your prep. But I'm going to just go ahead and rescan it just so I can show you that those areas will fill in nicely. Then you stop that. The computer's thinking down here in the corner. And now that it's done, now all those blue areas kind of got filled in. We're really only concerned with the occlusal portion of this, so those are all just fine. The last thing you're going to do is capture the actual occlusion. You do this by putting the teeth into occlusion, making sure the dies are all the way down, and then I'm going to squeeze it. I'm going to start in the posterior, and I'm going to scan. Once you hear that sound, you're good to go. Now you can put your die down, or your models down. The computer's done that. Go next. It's going to take you to the Analyze page, which is what this is up here. Now it's going to ask us what we want to do. We're going to define some of these things so that it'll make our life a little easier. The first is the insertion axis, or direction, that the crown's going to seat from. You want to take this, you want to find it and click Use View. Now we're going to roll that around and see we've got a little tiny undercut there on the buckle. But the computer said you're in a little bit of an undercut. So we're going to reset that and click Use View until it takes that away. Now we don't have any undercut area. Got a little bit on the lingual there. See if we can find an area right in between the two. So we got a little tiny bit of an undercut on the buckle and the lingual there. That's where we're going to go. Then you click Done. Now we're going to mark our margin. The first thing we do, the computer is going to ask us for 1 point on our margin. So you find 1 point, and then the computer is going to try to define it for us, which it did really well. If you need to adjust anything, see this green line? If I click on it, it'll adjust it to wherever I've just clicked. I don't want to do that. The other thing you can do is go onto that line, left click, and drag the margin wherever you'd like it. We don't really want to do that either, so we'll go undo. Other than that, our margin looks pretty good. The computer over here is saying that because of that, the way this was scanned, that it's kind of got a little area that it's unsure about. It wants you to make sure. And to me, it looks like it's overextended just a little bit. So I'm going to bring that up a little tiny bit there. Once that's done, you click Done. You're going to post-process the scan. That combines all those pictures that were taken into one file. It's going to take it a minute. Apparently a long minute. There you go. Once it's combined those files together, right here on the bottom of the page, when you click on this icon up here is when you send it to the lab. You just click that send button. It'll take just a minute and it'll send it over to the other system that you've got that video for us, how to design that crown. When it sends all the way, it'll tell you that it's sent, and then there'll be a little icon here that says resend if you need to resend it. But as long as we do that correctly, you should just be able to go open the case in the other room. The Tech Lab has, all of the Tech Lab computers have this software on it that you can design the crown with. You can open up any of those programs and find your case. That's it. Did you get all that?
So now it's sent.
So it is sent now.